Want some time out from our studies, from our work, and from student newspapers when the doorbell rings. Standing on the doorstep is my good friend Jose, clutching a bottle of champagne. Jose, it's great to see you. I give him a quick hug. Come in. Jose is the first person I met when I arrived at WSU, looking as lost and lonely as I did. We recognized a kindred spirit in each of us that day, and we've been friends ever since. Not only do we share a sense of humor, but we discovered that both Ray and Jose Sr. were in the same army unit together. As a result, our fathers have become firm friends too. Jose is studying engineering and is the first in his family to make it to college. He's pretty damn bright, but his real passion is photography. Jose has a great eye for a good picture. I have news, he grins, his dark eyes twinkling. Don't tell me, you've managed not to get kicked out for another week, I tease, and he scowls playfully at me. The Portland Place Gallery is going to exhibit my photos next month. That's amazing, congratulations. Delighted for him, I hug him again. Kate beams at him all too. Way to go, Jose. I should put this in the paper. Nothing like last-minute editorial changes on a Friday evening, she grins. Let's celebrate. I want you to come to the opening. Jose looks intently at me. I flush. Both of you, of course, he adds, glancing nervously at Kate. Jose and I are good friends, but I know deep down inside he'd like to be more. He's cute and funny, but he's just not for me. He's more like a brother I never had. Catherine often teases me that I'm missing the need-a-boyfriend gene, but the truth is I just haven't met anyone whom I'm attracted to, even though part of me longs for those trembling knees, heart in my mouth, butterflies in my belly, sleepless nights. Sometimes I wonder if there's something wrong with me. Perhaps I spent too long in the company of my literary romantic heroes, and consequently my ideals and expectations are far too high. In reality, nobody's ever made me feel like that. Until very recently. The unwelcome, still, small voice of my subconscious whispers, "No!" I banish the thought immediately. I'm not going there, not after that painful interview. Are you gay, Mr. Gray? I wince at the memory. I know I have dreamt about him most nights since then, but that's just to purge the awful experience out of my system, surely. I watch Jose open the bottle of champagne. He's tall, and in his jeans and t-shirt, he's all shoulders and muscles, tanned skin, dark hair, and burning dark eyes. Yes, Jose's pretty hot, but I think he's finally getting the message. We're just friends. The cork makes its loud pop, and Jose looks up and smiles. Saturday at the store is a nightmare. We are besieged by do-it-yourselfers wanting to spruce up their homes. Mr. and Mrs. Clayton, John and Patrick, the two other part-timers, and I are rushed off our feet. But there's a lull around lunchtime, and Mrs. Clayton asks me to check on some orders while I'm sitting behind the counter at the till discreetly eating my bagel. I am engrossed in the task, checking catalogue numbers against the items we need and the items we've ordered, eyes flicking from the order book to the computer screen and back as I check the entries match. Then, for some reason, I glance up and find myself locked in the bold grey gaze of Christian Grey, who's standing at the counter, staring at me intently. Hot failure. Miss Steele, what a pleasant surprise. His gaze is unwavering and intense. Holy crap. What the hell is he doing here, looking all tousled hair and outdoorsy in his cream, chunky knit sweater, jeans and walking boots? I think my mouth has popped open, and I can't locate my brain or my voice. Mr. Grey, I whisper because that's all I can manage. There's a ghost of a smile on his lips, and his eyes are alight with humour, as if he's enjoying some private joke. I was in the area, he says by way of explanation. I need to stock up on a few things. It's a pleasure to see you again, Miss Steele. His voice is warm and husky like dark melted chocolate fudge caramel or something. I shake my head to gather my wits. My heart is pounding in frantic tattoo. For some reason I'm blushing furiously under his steady scrutiny. I am utterly thrown by the sight of him standing before me. My memories of him did not do him justice. He's not merely good-looking. He's the epitome of male beauty, breathtaking, and he's here. Here in Clayton's hardware store. Go figure. Finally my cognitive functions are restored and reconnected with the rest of my body. Anna. My name's Anna, I mutter. What can I help you with, Mr. Gray? He smiles, and again it's like it's privy to some big secret. It's so disconcerting. Taking a deep breath, I put on my professional, I've worked in the shop for years facade. I can do this. There are a few items I need. To start with, I'd like some cable ties, he murmurs, his grey eyes cool but amused. Cable ties? We stock various lengths. Shall I show you? I mutter, my voice soft and wavery. Get a grip, Steele. A slight frown mars Gray's rather lovely brow. Please, lead the way, Miss Steele, he says. I try for nonchalance as I come out from behind the counter, but really I'm concentrating hard on not falling over my own feet. My legs are suddenly the consistency of jello. I'm so glad I decided to wear my best jeans this morning. They're in with the electrical goods, aisle 8. My voice is a little too bright. I glance up at him and regret it almost immediately. Damn, he's handsome. I blush. After you, he murmurs, gesturing with his long-fingered, beautifully manicured hand. With my heart almost strangling me because it's in my throat trying to escape from my mouth, I head down to the aisle to the electrical section. Why is he in Portland? Why is he here at Clayton's? And from a very tiny, underused part of my brain, probably located at the base of my medulla oblongata where my subconscious dwells, comes the thought, he's here to see you. No way! I dismiss it immediately. Why would this beautiful, powerful, urbane man want to see me? The idea is preposterous, and I kick it out of my head. Are you in Portland on business? I ask, and my voice is too high, like I've got my finger trapped in a door or something. Damn! Try to be cool, Anna. I was visiting the WSU Farming Division. It's based in Vancouver. I'm currently funding some research there in a crop rotation and soil science, he says matter-of-factly. See? Not here to find you at all. My subconscious sneers at me, loud, proud, and pouty. I flush at my foolish wayward thoughts. All part of your Feed the World plan? I tease. Something like that, he acknowledges, and his lips quirk in a half-smile. He gazes at the selection of cable ties we stock at Clayton's. What on earth is he doing with all those? I cannot picture him as a do-it-yourselfer at all. His fingers trail across the various packages displayed, and for some inexplicable reason I have to look away. He bends to select a packet. These will do, he says with his oh-so-secret smile, and I blush. Is there anything else? I'd like some masking tape. Masking tape? Are you redecorating? The words are out before I can stop them. Surely he hires labourers or has staff to help him decorate. No, not decorating, he says quickly, then smirks. I have the uncanny feeling that he's laughing at me. Am I that funny? Funny looking? This way, I murmur, embarrassed, masking tape in the decorating aisle. I glance behind me as he follows. Have you worked here long? His voice is low, and he's gazing at me, grey eyes concentrating hard. I blush even more brightly. Why the hell does he have this effect on me? I feel like I'm 14 years old, gauche as always, and out of place. Eyes front steel. 4 years, I mutter as we reach our goal. To distract myself, I reach down and select the 2 widths of masking tape that we stock. I'll take that one, Gray says softly, pointing to the wider tape, which I pass to him. Our fingers brush very briefly, and the current is there again, zapping through me like I've touched an exposed fire. I gasp involuntarily as I feel it all the way down to somewhere dark and unexplored deep in my belly. Desperately, I scramble around for my equilibrium. Anything else? My voice is husky and breathy. My eyes widen slightly. Some rope, I think. His voice mirrors mine, husky. This way. I duck my head down to hide my recurring blush and head for the aisle. What sort were you after? We have synthetic and natural filament rope, twine, cable cord. I halt at his expression, his eyes darkening. Holy cow. I'll take 5 yards of the natural filament rope, please. Quickly, with trembling fingers, I measure up 5 yards against the fixed ruler, aware of his hot grey gaze on me. I dare not look at him. Geez, could I feel any more self-conscious? Taking my Stanley knife from the back pocket of my jeans, I cut it, then coil it neatly before tying it in a slip knot. By some miracle, I managed not to remove a finger with my knife. Were you a Girl Scout? He asked. Sculptured, sensual lips curled in amusement. Don't look at his mouth. Organised group activities aren't really my thing, Mr. Gray. He arches a brow. What is your thing, Anastasia? He asks, his voice soft and his secret smile is back. I gaze at him, unable to express myself. I'm on shifting tectonic plates. Try and be cool, Anna. My tortured subconscious begs on bended knee. Books, I whisper, but inside my subconscious is screaming, You are my thing. I slap it down instantly, mortified that my psyche is having ideas above its station. What kind of books? He cocks his head to one side. Why is he so interested? Oh, the usual, the classics, British literature mainly. He rubs his chin with his long index finger and thumb as he contemplates my answer, or perhaps he's just very bored and trying to hide it. Anything else you need? I have to get off this subject. Those fingers on that face are so beguiling. I don't know. What else would you recommend? What would I recommend? I don't even know what you're doing. For a do-it-yourselfer? He nods, grey eyes alive with wicked humour. I flush, and my eyes stray of their own accord to his snug jeans. Coveralls, I reply, and I know I'm no longer screening what's coming out of my mouth. He raises an eyebrow, amused yet again. You wouldn't want to ruin your clothing. I gesture vaguely in the direction of his jeans. I could always take them off, he smirks. I feel the colour in my cheeks rising again. I must be the colour of the Communist Manifesto. Stop talking now. I have some coveralls. Heaven forbid I should ruin any clothing, he says dryly. I try and dismiss the unwelcome image of him without jeans. Do you need anything else? I squeak as I hand him the blue coveralls. He ignores my inquiry. How's the article coming along? He's finally asked me a normal question, away from the innuendo and the confusing double talk. A question I can answer. I grab it tightly with two hands as if it were a life raft, and I go for honesty. I'm not writing it, Catherine. It's Miss Kavanagh, my roommate. She's the writer. She's very happy with it. She's the editor of the magazine, and she was devastated that she couldn't do the interview in person. I feel like I've come off air. At last, a normal topic of conversation. Her only concern is that she doesn't have any original photographs of you. Gray raises an eyebrow. What sort of photograph does she want? Okay, I hadn't factored in this response. I shake my head because I just don't know. Well, I'm around tomorrow, perhaps, he trails off. You'd be willing to attend a photo shoot? My voice is squeaky again. Kate will be in seventh heaven if I can pull this off, and you might see him again tomorrow. That dark place at the base of my brain whispers seductively at me. I dismiss the thought of all the silly, ridiculous. Kate will be delighted if we can find a photographer. Oh, I'm so pleased. I smile at him broadly. His lips part like he's taking a sharp intake of breath, and he blinks. For a fraction of a second, he looks lost somehow, and the earth shifts slightly on its axis at the tectonic plate sliding into a new position. Oh my. Christian Grey's lost look. Let me know about tomorrow. Reaching into his back pocket, he pulls out his wallet. My card. It has my cell number on it. You'll need to call before 10 in the morning. Okay. I grin up at him. Kate is going to be thrilled. Anna! Paul has materialized at the other end of the aisle. He's Mr. Clayton's youngest brother. I had heard he was home from Princeton, but I wasn't expecting to see him today. Excuse me for a moment, Mr. Gray. Gray frowns as I turn away from him. Paul has always been a buddy, and in this strange moment that I'm having with the rich, powerful, awesome Earth, the skill, attractive, control-free Gray, it's great to talk to someone who's normal. Paul hugs me hard and taking me by surprise. Anna, hi, it's good to see you, he gushes. Hello, Paul, how are you? You're home for your brother's birthday? Yep, you're looking well, Anna, really well. He grins as he examines me at arm's length. He releases me but keeps a possessive arm draped over my shoulder. I shuffle from foot to foot, embarrassed. It's good to see Paul, but it's always been over-familiar. When I glance up at Christian Grey, he's watching us like a hawk, his grey eyes hooded and speculative, his mouth a hard, impassive line. He's changed from the weirdly attentive costume to someone else. Someone called him distant. Paul, I'm with a customer. Someone you should meet, I say, trying to diffuse antagonism I see in Grey's eyes. I drag Paul over to meet him, and they weigh each other up. The atmosphere is suddenly arctic. Paul, this is Christian Grey. Mr. Grey, this is Paul Clayton. His brother owns the place, and for some irrational reason, I feel I have to explain a bit more. I've known Paul ever since I've worked here, though we don't see each other that often. He's back from Princeton, where he's studying business administration. I'm babbling. Stop now. Mr. Clayton. Christian holds out his hand. He looks unreadable. Mr. Grey. Paul returns his handshake. Wait up, not the Christian Grey of Grey Enterprises Holdings. Paul goes from surly to awestruck in less than a nanosecond. Grey gives him a polite smile that doesn't reach his eyes. Wow, is there anything I can get you? Anastasia has it covered, Mr. Clayton. She's been very attentive. His expression is impassive, but his words, it's like he's saying something else entirely. It's baffling. Cool, Paul responds. Catch you later, Anna. Sure, Paul. I watch him disappear through the stockroom. Anything else, Mr. Grey? Just these items. His tone is clipped and cool. Damn, have I offended him? Taking a deep breath, I turn ahead of the till. What is his problem? I ring up the rope, coveralls, masking tape, and cable ties at the till. That will be $43, please. I glance at Grey, and I wish I hadn't. He's watching me closely, his grey eyes intense and smoky. It's unnerving. Would you like a bag? I ask, and I take his credit card. Please, Anastasia. His tongue caresses my neck, and my heart again is frantic. I can hardly breathe. Hurriedly, I place purchases in the plastic carrier. You'll call me if you want me to do the photo shoot. He's all business once more. I nod, rendered speechless yet again, and hand back his credit card. Good. Until tomorrow, perhaps. He turns to leave, then pauses. Oh, and Anastasia. I'm glad Miss Kavanagh couldn't do the interview. He smiles and strides with renewed purpose out of the store, slinging the plastic bag over his shoulder, leaving me a quivering mass of raging female hormones. I spend several minutes staring at the closed door through which he's just left before I return to planet Earth. Happy birthday, Brandon.